Hey, this is Roy Furr with Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Today is Friday, which means you are getting a Video Friday issue from me. And today I want to talk to you about how to sell at high prices and have customers happy to pay them. How to sell your products or services at prices that are higher than competitors and to have your customers absolutely happy that you offer your product or service at a justifiably higher price. And it comes down to three primary factors. And I'm going to go through these in order. And it starts with making your product or service unique and proprietary. So any good business, even if you are in a commodity market, any good business is going to be designed from the ground up such that somehow, some way, the customer is ending up with a unique and proprietary experience. Now, there are a lot of ways to do this. If you are in a super commodity market, such as, let's say, promotional products, pins, stress balls, t-shirts, all those things where companies can get their logos printed on them to give out to customers, to give out to employees, all of that. There are still ways, even in a commodity market like that, to make what you're selling unique and proprietary. One of the best ways to do that is to actually create market product fit. And by that, I mean, if you're in the advertising specialties or promotional products business and you offer your products and services to everybody under the sun, you have no differentiation versus everybody else who would choose to go into that business. But if you were to say, be focused on restaurants, or be focused on tech companies, or be focused on let's say the Greek system, fraternities and sororities, or focused on any particular target market where you can make all of your marketing about that market. You can make the products focused on that market, all the example products that you send out focused on that market, everything. Suddenly you've taken this super commodity business and turned it into something unique and proprietary. Or, if you are building products that are your own, maybe even if you are going after an established market where there are other products that you're competing with, to add features, to change the design in some way, shape, or form is not only beneficial for intellectual property and patent reasons, but specifically because creating a similar product with a unique feature set that maybe has certain advantages over the products that already exist in the marketplace automatically gives you something unique and proprietary that you can bring forward and feature in your marketing. Or if you are in the service business, certainly a lot of services today are becoming more and more commoditized as education and the internet and access to information has gone completely mainstream, such that people in every corner of the world have access to much of the exact same education as, let's say, somebody going to Harvard. And so it's harder and harder for the skills and the information to be something that is perceived as unique and proprietary. But still, you can position yourself as a unique and proprietary provider of that skill. And you can repackage and rework the skills and services that you deliver such that they are focused and either they're focused on solving one particular problem that becomes very unique and proprietary, or they're focused on your unique and proprietary application of maybe a more universal skill set, or they're focused again on a very specific market. So, this is a few examples. I would strongly just encourage you, as you are considering going after a specific market, what can you do? How can you position your product or service in a way where it both feels and is at least measurably unique and proprietary, at least somewhat measurably unique and proprietary from everything out there, such that you can say, okay, you can't really compare apples to apples here because I'm doing something different. When you do business with me, you're getting something different. So that's element number one. If you want to sell at higher prices, you need to have a unique and proprietary solution, something that is visibly different than your competitors. Number two, and this one is a little bit quicker, you really just need to have a very strong cost-benefit ratio, meaning no matter how high your price is, your customer needs to feel that by buying your product or service, they're actually getting an incredible deal. They're getting the best end of the deal. And so the higher value, the higher benefit that you deliver to them in the result that they get as a result of purchasing your product or service, the higher cost you can justify all the way through. And so if you want higher prices, it needs to be something that feels and is unique and proprietary compared to the other options available to them in the market. It needs to have a strong cost-benefit ratio. And finally, none of that matters unless you educate your customer. So without any other buying criteria given to them, your customers will actually default to using price as a comparison criteria. So if you think about this, if you go shopping and you're looking at two different items that look, pretty much similar, let's say two different TVs, and they're roughly the same size, and as far as you can tell, they're largely the same, but one is, let's say, 25% cheaper. Well, unless you're given a very clear set of buying criteria or a very clear reason why that one TV justifies the higher price, you're typically going to choose the 25% cheaper option. But let's say that you see those same two TVs on Amazon.com, and on the surface, they both look largely the same still with the descriptions and the feature set and all of that. But you see, for example, that the more expensive TV has consistent, like higher than 4-star, almost 5-star ratings, and the cheaper TV has like 2 to 3-star ratings. And the cheaper TV, people complain that it fails. The more expensive TV, people say that it's reliable, it works right out of the box, it's super easy, all of that. Well, suddenly you have a different set of buying criteria in place. But you can actually take this further. That's reviews as an example of one set of buying criteria. Another set of buying criteria could be, what specific components go in, the quality of the components that go into the TV, different elements that justify the higher price. And, so if you lay out buying criteria that explain why, we'll put TV here, but it can refer to your creative marketing service, your marketing agency. It could refer to your mortgage service. It could refer to your gym. It could refer to I don't know, whatever product or service you are selling. You need to be able to lay out the buying criteria that favor your product or service and that justify that higher price. And you do that through customer education, through educating them to best understand the problem that your product or service solves, to best understand the solutions that are available, comparing solutions that are cheaper than yours, comparing solutions that are more expensive than yours, comparing solutions that are more in depth with more features and ones with less features but a more focused feature set, comparing all the other options available to them in the marketplace, comparing the value of your product or service versus doing it themselves. You need to be able to lay out all of this and then specifically help them understand why, at least if they're going to follow a certain set of buying criteria, your product is superior and justifies the higher price. Help them understand why the cost-benefit ratio is so heavily in their favor. And when you do this right, when you start with a unique and proprietary product, and that product or service is set up in such a way that their cost, no matter how expensive it is, that their cost of purchasing that product or service is far outweighed by the benefit and the results that they're going to get, and you actually educate them throughout the buying process, you are able to sell at higher prices than your competitors, have your customers happy to pay them, and often you're able to reach a much broader market because you are, instead of just making offers in the marketplace, you are educating the market, educating people as they're coming into the market, and you are gaining a status as a trusted advocate and advisor and a preeminent provider of your product or service, such that that not only are customers happy to pay more, but more customers are happy to pay you for your product or service. And I will make sure that I include a link with this video, because over the next week or so, I will be releasing an additional training on this as part of my BTMS Insiders, which is the paid training library component of my Breakthrough Marketing Secret site. And this training is called the Value First Sales Funnel: How to Maximize Sales with Systematic Education-Based Marketing. And it's all about this. It's all about how to establish buying criteria in the minds of your market that justifies, higher prices if you want to sell at higher prices, or simply selling more through systematic education-based marketing built around a concept I call the Value First Sales Funnel. So wherever you are watching this video, make sure that you look for the link, and that will be on the Coming Soon page of BTMS Insiders. When you sign up, you do get access to all the training that I release throughout the course of your subscription, and it's an incredible value. All right. Well, again, this is Roy Furr with Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com. And I want to thank you for watching this video, and go out there and educate your customers and start selling at higher prices.